Hello, my name is Andrew.
My name is Dominique.
And my name is Brandon.
And welcome to Pop Culture Playbook. Today is the first episode. Alright, so for the first episode, we're going to be talking about Mr.Beast. Y'all know who Mr.Beast is?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's a pretty popular YouTuber. He is known as the golden boy of YouTube, everybody says. He recently has been under fire for a lot of things. And I thought it was important to talk about it because you should know who you are supporting. Obviously, Mr.Beast, he gets a lot of views. When you watch his videos, he gets money from that, from AdSense and stuff like that. And so before you watch his video, his videos in general, make sure you know who you are supporting. So everything that happened with him started off with like his friend Ava Chris Tyson, like being under fire. Like, he has a lot of stuff going on with him. And,
Wait, who's Ava Chris?
Ava Chris Tyson is Mr. Beast's best friend. They made videos. They have made videos together for a long time. Like, ever since the start of Mr. Beast's, career, he's been in all the videos and stuff like that. But, yeah, he had a couple allegations coming at him, in which I will not talk about because that's a lot in itself. But, yeah, the first kind of, video or, the catalyst to, Mr. Beast, everybody else coming after him is someone named Dogpack. He made a couple videos about Mr. Beast. So
what, Dogpack? He does dog videos.
No, he does not dog videos. He is also a YouTuber. He worked for Mr. Beast for I think but it was a couple months he worked for Mr. Beast, and that's why he kind of knows a lot about the company and all of that. We'll go into the company later. But yeah, he made a couple claims in a video posted on July 24th talking about illegal lotteries. Mr. Beast always says that his videos are real. None of them are faked, but Dogpack did present a lot of evidence that could prove otherwise, Mm-hmm. And on August 7th, Dogpack posted another video about, employees and all that stuff. Because, remember, he did work there.
What did he do there?
He, Dogpack? Mm-hmm. He just worked there.
Did he have a dog by his side?
No, he did not.
Then why is he named Dogpack?
Dogpack is unrelated. Unrelated is just his username.
Okay.
It's just his YouTube name, display name. Anyways, Jake Weddle, he is an employee, a past employee. He used to show up in videos. I even seen videos. You ever seen a guy with glasses? He had black hair.
I think so, yes.
Yes, yeah. He appeared in many of Mr. Beast's videos until he got fired. Yes. And there was one video that Jake Weddle filmed with Mr. Beast where he had to stay in a room, basically solitary confinement. You would get $10,000 every day that you spent in prison, solitary confinement. It was like a white room. It was like what you see in the movies.
Yeah.
So he had a lot to say about how he was treated on the show. He talked about how they wouldn't turn the lights off when he wanted to sleep, so he couldn't sleep well, and he was having a lot of sleep deprivation issues. And afterwards, and this is the craziest part, I think it's so funny. After all this, it was I want to say it was like more than 7 or 8 days. Mr. Beast had Jake do a challenge where he had to run on a treadmill for some amount of time, or the more amount of time that he ran on the treadmill. It wasn't a forced thing, but I feel like, when you're on camera and somebody asks you to do something, you kind of just feel like you have the obligation to, do this thing. It was that kind of, and so he did it, and after a while he was tired. He said, I don't want to do this. And that's why and also, with the company, with Jake, he had a co-worker that had a son, and, he did much more work than Jake. Jake explained that he was a much harder worker than himself, and they were not getting paid equally, or the person that was getting paid less than Jake was doing more work than him. And so Jake was he went to a higher up and talked about it, and they both got fired for even interjecting. And that's how Jake got fired from his job, at least. For even talking about it, they got fired.
Cease and desist for what?
Cease and desist. So Mr. Beast did put in a cease and desist for Dogpack about his
video?
videos. Yeah, for his video. And I don't think Dogpack did anything. He kind of just showed it on another like kind of small video. But yeah. So another creator involved with Mr.Beast is Rosanna Pansino. She was in a hide and seek video where it was like in this massive building. It's huge. And she was one of the top 3 creators to finish. So she was like one of the top 3 winners. I'm pretty sure in 3rd. And Mr.Beast ended up cutting her out of the video and put someone else in 3rd. And she wasn't even included in the... And so that kind of made Rosanna mad.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, that would make me mad too.
So. Yeah, why? Like, that's so stupid. Just... And we don't know the reason why he did it either.
So he just did it, really?
He just did it. He just did it. I don't know.
Wait, who are the top 3?
I'm not sure, but I know Logan Paul was in.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
Maybe because Logan Paul's a pretty big YouTuber, so. But I don't know. She was mad because of that, and so she kind of joined forces with Dogpack, and did a lot more. That Creator Games. That's the name that she was in the Creator Games. She claimed to have talked to over 200 contestants from Mr.Beast Amazon games and 20 ex-employees. So I think that she's a pretty, I want to say reputable, maybe a bit reputable. Yeah, so in the Mr.Beast Amazon games, which is like, it was a collaboration between Mr.Beast and Amazon, obviously. The name explains a lot of it. And he was promoting having over 1,000 contestants. And it's like his Mr.Beast Squid Games video where it was like physical stuff. Like that's kind of what it was going to be. He promoted it to have 1,000 contestants when there were really 2,000. So that's an issue in itself. But yeah, Rosanna reported on that. Okay. And there were severe hospitalizations in this Amazon Mr.Beast collaboration. People having been taken out on stretchers. Because in the beginning of the whole thing, Mr.Beast was like, oh, let's hold your stuff for the sake of the game. And we'll give them back to you. That's what he said, essentially. Or his workers. That's what they knew was going to happen. So the people that gave him their medications, they gave in their undergarments. And also another thing was female hygiene products. Were... Like, I know, it's awful, right? Yeah. It's so...
Why would he want to keep... Why would he want to keep medicine?
I don't think he wanted to keep them. I think it was improper staffing. That's my guess. That's not confirmed. Allegedly. I think it was improper staffing, because there would be no reason. Why would you want to put yourself in this position where this many people would be after you? But, yes, these things were not distributed to the people in the Beast games, and... that's another reason why he's under fire. Also, yeah, it's a thing where items were handed in and not returned. So some people didn't get their stuff back, period. Even after the games were filmed, or I don't know if it was filmed, but people never got their stuff back.
And that was like all their clothes, their phones, and stuff.
Yeah.
Phones?
Things were not... Things were handed in and not given back.
What are they going to do with regular phones that are not even...
I have no idea. I don't know why any of this happened. You can't... I don't know.
Maybe that's
also, there were reports of elderly people being being assaulted in the games.
Why?
And that's why I thought about that too. Why is there?
They should have an age restriction.
Exactly. Especially for because he did that for.
He did have a video where it's like ages 1 through 99.
Yeah. But for most of his videos, he restricts the ages. It's 1 to 100. Yeah. But he had elderly people in this game, and a lot of them report of being physically assaulted, like during the games. There are also reports of having severe psychological distress for the people actually playing the game, and the New York Times covered it too, so it's very serious. This opened the discussion for Mr.Beast's ethics as well, and like how he sees. It really does. It really does give you like a. Like, how in Squid Games, like, there's, like, the super rich people looking down on the poor... Like, it's like, tone deaf a little bit. Because, especially, Mr.Beast did, like, a parody of Squid Games, where he was super rich, having people play for money. So, like, it's very tone deaf, in my opinion. Also, there were reports of contestants being underfed as well. and having their dietary restrictions ignored in the game. I don't know why I'm smiling.
Yeah,
it's not funny. It's not funny, but staff were said to be very unhelpful. Violence unmoderated during competitions. So like during the games, there was a lot of violence, and especially towards a lot of women, men towards women. That happened a lot too. And also there was reported sexual harassment and physical assault. So that happened. It's very sad, but it did. So that's kind of like the big picture, like everything that was very, very important for the Beast games. But Jake the Viking, y'all know who Jake the Viking is? He is he used to be very active with Mr.Beast crew and like, that's that big friend group. They spent 24 hours on top of a mountain. Have you seen that video?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That video, it was directed by Jake Weddle, which you remember we talked about earlier. And this guy named Dustin. So there were 4 people that had to carry things down after the people that hiked up. So there was the entirety of Mr.Beast crew. Mr.Beast, I guess, had left 4 people to like clean up everything. So one of the men that had to clean everything up had broken his ankle, and there was a reported 7-hour escape by airlift, because he had to carry all those things, and it's very again, Mr.Beast's ethics is kind of messed up, but
Did Mr. Beast climb the mountain?
I'm pretty sure he took something up, but he didn't climb it all the way. Yeah. So also, there's a lot of workplace stuff happening. There was a female worker testimony, and I'll read it exactly how I have it. It says, on my very first day, I was told to avoid being alone in a room with certain people in positions of power. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their jobs. You can't take anything to HR because Jimmy's mom runs it. Now, Jimmy's mom did run HR, but obviously they hired professionals now that the company's getting bigger. But that is kind of crazy.
His mom is still...
His mom is not. His mom is still involved with the company, obviously. It's his mom. But
what about his dad?
His dad is not involved at all, I don't think. The most recent thing that happened was probably Launchly. Very popular YouTubers, KSI in the UK and Logan Paul here in the US. But that is a controversy on its own because Logan Paul is not the best person. I think that's very obvious.
For any product, really.
Any product, exactly. Like his own product, what is it, Prime? It had its own like health concerns. But Prime is involved in Launchly because it's like Lunchables. But not Lunchables. Instead of the Capri Suns that they put Prime, and instead of like the chocolate, they put Feastables, which is Mr.Beast, one of Mr. Beast's many failed outside projects. But one of the main points about this is that Lunchly is healthier than Lunchables. That was their main selling point, what they use for promotions. But YouTuber Dr. Mike, he's a licensed professional, he's a licensed physician, he's a doctor, says that it's not really that much healthier. It is higher in electrolytes because of the Prime, but it's not something that should be eaten by kids every single day because kids need more than what Lunchly provides, and they say that Lunchly is healthier than Lunchables, whatever. It shouldn't be eaten by a kid every single day. There have been mold reported to be seen in Lunchly where the cheese, for the cheese pizza especially. So he's been also getting backlash from that. But other than that, Mr. Beast did respond. I can't go over it in this video. I feel like that's a whole other thing. He did respond debunking some, not really debunking, but just kind of talking about everything.
Addressing them.
Yeah. That's a topic for another video. But that's kind of all up to now of what has happened. I felt like I should talk about it. Especially since I feel like it's come full circle and I can summarize it now with you guys here. So that sums it up for today's podcast is on Mr. Beast, which I never thought I'd be doing a podcast on for a school newspaper, but here we are.
Yeah.
It's a good podcast?
Yeah.
I hope to be back soon with another one. New podcast soon.
Mm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.